All right, you're on the Freeform Rock podcast. Wait, we're on the Freeform Rock podcast. They're watching. Oh, sorry, guys. What's up, Lee?
I'm watching too, but what am I watching?
I don't know.
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just a little peeved. I don't watch this shit show called the Grammys, but I get the cliff notes from it. And so last
Mm-hmm.
night I heard they did a little tribute to Eddie, which was like 15 seconds, showed his guitar with Eruption playing, and that was it. 15 seconds for the greatest guitar player of all time.
Mm.
Not even mentioning his name, but
Mm.
it's okay for Cardi B to get up there on a fucking bed and talk about her wet ass pussy. So
Mm.
it's okay. I'm all for freedom of expression. She could do what she wants. Bill Burr, he hosted a little thing, the classical Latin Grammy award thing, 6 minutes. He got flack because he mispronounced the name wrong and even said sorry for doing it. He made jokes about giving a Latin classical award to a person who looks white. So and people got all pissed off.
That's weird.
Isn't it? He's a comedian, man. He's a comedian. They're supposed to. And I remember I was just going to Grammys, man. I'm glad I don't watch that shit show anymore. They're like fucking I can't believe they didn't do nothing for Eddie Van Halen. And fuck, here I got a quote from Gary Sharon, right?
Mm.
He said, maybe an artist that reimagined how one plays an instrument, who continues to influence generation of musicians and literally change the course of rock and roll, deserves more than a 15-second at the Grammys. Hashtag long live the king.
Yeah. I mean, the last time that I seriously watched the Grammys and the last time that I decided that I really no longer wanted to see the Grammys was when Pink Floyd's The Wall lost and Christopher Cross's album won.
And he won Best New Artist too. Over the Pretenders.
And I remember one time, this is usually always the case. Haven't you ever found that if you see 3 new acts on the Grammys that are the best new artist, the one that wins is not the one who you see anymore, but the other 2 are the ones that continue on to be really well known.
It's kind of like the runner-ups on American Idol. The one who wins you don't hear from anymore, but you hear more about the runner-ups.
Yeah. It was the one who won for best new artist was Tony Childs. And I mean, I got her album because, I think there was a song that I liked. I'm not sure if I liked everything on the album, but she did like a couple of albums. She might have sold maybe 100 copies, but the 2 runner-ups were Melissa Etheridge and Sinead O'Connor. So you understand that, they became really well known. And I think Tony Childs, I don't know what she's doing now, but she probably sits at home and occasionally a neighbor says, "Aren't you someone who used to do something?" And she goes, "Yeah." And that's it.
Dang, man. It's like remember when the Grammys gave Milli Vanilli Best New Artist?
and that I think wasn't even the worst.
And they had to give back their award.
I'm like, I think the last time the Grammys were actually good was somewhere in the mid 70s. And I probably was like maybe 9 or 10 years old, and I don't remember who was on, but I remember it I saw these groups with long hair and guitars, and I thought that looked good. And then later I was like, oh,
Okay,
someone's making a mistake. They're voting for these weird groups, just like people do on
sorry.
podcasts.
Yeah, man. It's like the Grammys. They lost their credibility, one, when they gave Milli Vanilli Best New Artist. Two, when Christopher Cross won over the Pretenders for Best New Artist. That was before Milli Vanilli. But the Pretenders are still around. Christopher Cross is playing clubs. It's like fucking, I don't know. And the worst thing they ever did is when they decided they wanted to be cool. So they started giving the best heavy metal award. And then Jethro Tull beat Metallica and Guns N' Roses.
What album was Metallica up for?
I think it was Injustice for All.
Oh, well then Jethro Tull definitely deserved it.
Oh my God. Crest of a Knave, dude.
Have you ever heard any of it?
Yes, I Like My Farm Is Now a Freeway. That's a great song.
Yeah, I mean, I think that maybe if it was another album by them, that would have been a little better, but some of their stuff was pretty heavy. But I mean, yeah. So I actually was glad when they won. I thought, haha, that's one of the first times that a real good band won over the typical stuff that a lot of people who might be friends of mine would have wanted to see up there. But back then, I didn't know anyone like I do now.
I just wish people had balls now and stop trying to freaking I'm okay with Cardi B and what she does. It's her thing. If people like it, they like it. But also you need to be okay with what I like, and stop trying to censor good music because you don't like it and you just want to see somebody up there shaking their ass. It's like Beyonce winning all these Grammys. She's creative for nothing. She does not create anything. She's just a mouthpiece for what people like 17 songwriters write one song that just keeps going. All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies. Come on, man. There's no art in that. All you're doing is voting for her because she shakes her booty on your screen. She does have a really good voice. I'll give you that. Beyonce could sing, Mariah Carey could sing, but they ain't creative. They get told what to do. They get directed on how to do their art. They are artists, but I give Taylor Swift more credit than them. I can't stand Taylor Swift, but that lady can write a song. It's fine that she wins these awards because she's actually a songwriter.
Yeah. This is slightly on the same subject and maybe slightly off. I found that when Adele was writing her songs by herself, I liked them. And then I found that the album that I liked the least was the one where most of the stuff was collaborated with someone else. So I do think that she can write a really good song, but I think that she needs to, when someone knocks on her door and says, "Hi, Adele, can I write a song with you?" She says, "No, go away," and then write it on their own.
Yeah, it's like
this is what. I'm going.
No, go ahead.
Oh, it's like what happened. The Kinks used a producer named Shel Talmy when they did their first few albums, and their first album was really like a good drive and fun, fast rock and blues album. And Shel Talmy was not known to be that kind of producer. He was known to be more of a mellow or slow type of producer. But I heard that on the first album, Shel Talmy would go up to Ray Davies and say, you know what, I think you guys should do this and do that. And Ray Davies said, you know what, just be quiet. Sit on the couch. If you want to have your name as producer, fine. But leave us alone. We're doing an album. Just sit there. And that's why they did a good album.
But there's a different thing with that. Some bands do need direction. They do need a producer, but some bands just need a little direction, and some bands don't need any direction. It's like Michael Sweet can produce Striper albums and it sounds great. He's producing himself. But if like a band, there's bands out there that get like a shitty producer and they sound shitty. There's bands out there that need a producer to give them direction, to tell them, no, don't do that. You know? That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need one, sometimes you don't. But let me give us our tribute to the great Eddie Van Halen. Look, even Life magazine, Van Halen.
Hey, that's cool. I like that cover.
And then this.
That's cool.
Yep. Even magazines know, man, that he is the greatest of all time. He is the GOAT to me. There's a lot of people out there go, Jimi Hendrix, this. I didn't grow up with Jimi Hendrix. I grew up with Eddie's the one who got me into guitar music. You know,
I had some songbooks from Van Halen. I forget how many that I had, but I think I had the songbook for Diver Down. Yeah, and I had the songbook for Women and Children First. And I used to play that stuff on the piano.
Nice.
So I don't have it now. I used to have
you should do like a piano thing on one of your songs at the end of the, like we'll do, here's Lee doing Van Halen on the piano, and then you do your original song. You know, we get.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to look up the songs to get the music to do it, because I don't have them anymore, and I can't do it from memory because, you know, I can't. You know, I can't do it by ear. I can't just listen to something and then pick it out. I have to know what it is. But if I get it, yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, it's just like the Grammys pushes the music they want to push. It's record company controlled, which record companies fucking suck. They screw the artist. I think the people should start voting on, instead of these elitist fucking music producers and record companies, start voting for who really gets the Grammys. Even if the people vote for Taylor Swift, vote for Beyonce, at least I know who the idiots were. I don't know who the idiots were who voted for fucking these awards. It's like they're elitist, upper classy fucking idiots, you know. I don't like elitist in music. I want people to stop. You know, if I don't like your fucking song or your music, I'll say, hey man, it's not my thing. But if you like it, cool, man. I'm happy for you. You know, I don't put down people's music. I know there's people on Facebook that'll put me down because I like Sammy Hagar and shit. I don't give a shit anymore. I used to. I made jokes about it and got in trouble for it, so I just gave up. But fuck.
Well,
everybody agrees that this guy is the GOAT.
Sammy Hagar does some good stuff. He also does some stuff that I don't like. But what I mean is,
well, he's made some shit albums, 9 on a 10 scale, and freaking Living It Up. I hated those fucking albums.
I think that one thing some judge can do, if he needs to give someone a penalty for, like, if someone needed to pay like a $5,000 fine, or listen to Sammy Hagar's 9 on a 10 scale, I'm sure that out of 1,000 people who the judge ordered either one of those, you'd get at least 10 people who will refuse to listen to the Sammy album.
All right, let's do a poll. Let's see if people pay attention. I want, how many of you guys, wherever I post this video at, leave a comment, leave it on YouTube, leave it on Facebook, wherever this goes up. Tell us how many of you who are Sammy Hagar fans. I don't want to hear from the Sammy Hagar haters on this because I already know your answer. It sucks. I want to know how many of the Sammy Hagar fans like 9 on a 10 scale and who don't like it. So leave us a yay or nay, a like or dislike in the comments, please.
Yeah, it's like Nazareth did an album called Exercises, which is like a total acoustic kind of an album with like 2 kind of cool heavy songs, but the rest of it sounds, I mean, you'd have to hear it in order to know what I'm talking about, but it's the only album that they did like that. And I think Roy Thomas Baker produced it, so I don't know whether or not he had a say in it, but it's a weird album. It would be like if someone bought a Jimi Hendrix album and then when they heard it, it sounded like Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. I mean, you know, it wouldn't.
I like Frankie Valli.
Yeah, but it wouldn't sound like what you'd expect from Hendrix. So, you know, that's why I'm saying.
And just to let you guys know, if any Sammy Hagar haters do give a comment on there, I will delete it because I told you not to leave a comment. Because
you will delete it?
I will delete Sammy Hagar comments on this video because I said only Hagar fans comment. Because I don't want
that's gumption.
What the Sammy,
I support that decision, buddy.
What the Sammy Hagar fans they'll spam it with a bunch of memes, and real people's comments will get lost because of their Sammy Hagar hate will take control of the post. You know that. It's like you just get memes. What? I ruined Van Halen. Whatever. I'm tired of talking about that.
Yeah.
I want to know, what is the worst album you ever heard? Of a group you like.
Oh, that's even harder. How about if we continue talking and then for a little bit and then I'll think about it a little bit. But all right, give me a moment. I would say this isn't the answer, but for now, of a group that a lot of people like, including, well, no, I don't want to. Okay, well, probably the worst album that I had heard, first of all, well, I do got the answer, but I'm gonna wait and say of a group that I don't like or didn't like, I would say the closest to one that was like, what the hell is this? And I really expected to like it. And when I heard it, I was like, no. Wilson Phillips.
Wilson Phillips?
Yeah.
I would say for me, it's tied with 3 albums. I'll go from worst to least. The worst one I've ever heard was Metallica, Saint Anger. The second one is Def Leppard, Songs from the Sparkle Lounge. The third is Tesla Shock, but it has half the album that I do like. But 6 of the songs are trash.
Okay. For me, it's a guitarist, Adrian Gervitz. He played with Baker Gervitz's Army. He played with 3 Man Army, and he played with Gun. And he also did some pretty damn good work on Graham Edge, the drummer for the Moody Blues, his album. So he's been known to do some pretty cool stuff. Not everything that he does on those albums were the same as far as great, but he always had a cool hard rock, somewhat jazzy, and occasionally a little bit of a mellow, like ballad feel, but mixed well and really tasteful. And he did some really, really good stuff. But he came out with an album called Classic, and I knew of his hard rock because he did some pretty damn good hard rock. And I found this album in a St. Vincent store for about 25 cents. I thought, hell, this is gonna be good. Every single song on there makes Even the Nights Are Better by Air Supply sound like Love Her All I Can by Kiss by comparison. There's a song, baby, I'm a classic, gonna write it in an alley. Oh, I'm classic for you. And there's all just a bunch of strings and shit. And where's the guitar? What's he doing? Is he doing an imitation of David Soul? Don't break up with us, baby. You know.
He was Starsky, right?
Huh?
Was he Starsky or Hutch?
He was Hutch.
Okay.
But it's
I
like,
haven't watched it in a long time. I know I like that show though.
But what I mean is, like, if David Soul does an album like that, you'd understand. But if Ted Nugent, for instance, came out with a song like that and an album like that, you'd be, what the hell? And that's sort of how Adrian Gervitz was. He was like, I have no idea why, but he just came out with this really sappy pop album that actually made some of Olivia Newton-John's sappiest songs sound cool. I was like, I paid 25 cents for this? Damn, and I could have bought a couple of chiclets from the gum machine at Safeway, damn it.
Damn, you know what? I got sent an album because the one seller on Facebook, he'll give you like free shit. I buy like some albums, he'll send me in something to mess with me or send me something he knows I like. Like he gave me like a Sammy Hagar album, Trans Highway on there. I like that one. But then he also sent me a fucking John Schneider country album. And I was like, oh God, no. And a Tiffany album. I was like, dude, stop fucking with me. Give me something I like. That's something that you would like because you would send me some, like if I ordered an album from you and you go, I'm gonna throw this in a fuck with Mark right now. That's what he does sometimes. It's like, I wish he would get back on and sell, but the freaking pandemic has made him a little slow because mail was losing his shit.
Yeah, I mean, there were times when I made mixtapes for people, and I would do like a bunch of heavy songs, and then in the middle put maybe something that sounds like Celtic folk music for a couple of minutes, and then some people might be like, what was that thing that you put in the middle of the that cool mixtape you did? What the fuck was that?
That's like you'd be putting.
I thought you'd like it.
That's like you'd be making a Deep Purple tape and then put in Richie Blackmore's medieval music in the middle of it.
Yeah.
I can't even remember that fucking terrible band he does with his wife, the freaking medieval shit that he plays the fucking lute or whatever.
Yeah, I know what they're called.
Blackmore's Night. Fuck that shit. Fucking horrible. What a great guitarist.
Like it at all.
It's horrible. It's like, fuck, dude. Get some balls, man. I know he got Rainbow back together, and I know that singer's really good, but is he gonna make an album so we can hear Richie jam again? I want to hear some new shit.
Even Lorena McKenna is more hip than Blackmore's Night.
God, that's freaking horrible. I see ads. Buy the new Blackmore's Night. Skip.
Yeah. It's like, you want to go to sleep? I will put on Blackmore's Night. They go, if you put on Blackmore's Night, I'm going to stay up and scream in your ear. Okay, okay.
Who's your favorite vocalist of Deep Purple?
Rod Evans.
Oh, the first one.
Yeah.
I'm tied between Coverdale and Gillian.
Yeah,
and Glenn Hughes.
I like both of them
there.
as vocalists.
Rob Evans, man, I don't know him as well as those two because I'm more into the Coverdale Hughes era, and then I do love Gillian. I love fucking the comeback album, Perfect Strangers, fucking rules. We done a Deep Purple album? We haven't done a Deep Purple album.
Yeah, I also like Joe Lynn Turner.
Oh, I love Joe Lynn Turner, fucking King of Dreams. Fucking great.
I had a solo album by him.
Joe, he has a band called Sunstorm. You should probably check it out.
Okay. Do you remember the album that he did, like his solo album long ago, back in like maybe, I forget what year, but maybe in the 80s.
I don't know. I don't know much of his solo stuff. I know him in Rainbow. I know him in Sunstorm.
Yeah, it was an album that was like, a lot of these.
Oh, and also fucking Yngwie Malmsteen. That was one of my favorite albums by Yngwie. Fucking love that album. Trilogy, yeah. I think it was Trilogy, right?
Yeah, well, I liked Yngwie. I thought he was cool.
Who do you think's better, Yngwie or Van Halen?
I know that for what I want to listen to first would be Van Halen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Yngwie's actually very good at what he does. It's more like, I guess if I was more in the mood for a classical type of album that was heavy, I might go for that. But I just find that I would think that if he really wanted to do classical, he should just do classical. And if he wanted to do heavy, he should go back to how he sounded when he was in Ron Keel's group Steeler.
I also liked him in fucking that other band. What was that other
Alcatraz?
band? Alcatraz. And then Steve Vai took over for him. Fuck, Steve Vai rules, man. Oh, yeah. God, I love that dude. He did a thing on a new song where he's just playing with one-handed. He's like,
oh, wow.
And I put it up. And he did a thing with Quagmire from Family Guy where it shows him with a huge arm and a small arm because Quagmire jacks off with the one arm. So he was playing with one arm. Steve Vai playing that song. It's funny. Steve Vai's a cool dude, man. I remember back in the 80s, my friend Kim Martin, she's a bass player and a singer. She loves Geddy Lee. She loves Rush. And I gave her my Joe Satriani tape, Surfing with the Alien, because I said, somebody told me Joe was good, but he doesn't sing. This sucks. Here, take it. And then a couple of years later, I go, what the fuck did I give that tape away? He rules. Because I wasn't into fucking instrumental music. And then I started getting into more of the guitaring, the aspect of it.
Yeah.
And I go, Surfing the Alien ruled. Why the fuck did I give that tape away? Because there was no singing on it, because I kept fast forwarding looking for singing. That's when I was a kid. I was like 16, 17.
I know what you mean.
But then I grew musically and go, this fucking shit rules. I like him and Steve Vai's Flexible and fuck. I go, I gave it away. I said, here, take it. I don't like it.
I
can't believe I did that.
Instrumental music myself. sometimes I wish that some albums were instrumental instead of with vocalists.
I'm just saying, fuck, you could see your growth musically. It's like I didn't like
Yeah,
instrumental, and now I love instrumental. I love all Joe Satriani. I love all Steve Vai. I love it when Yngwie goes instrumental. It's like I didn't
yeah.
used to like that. It's like I want to review an instrumental album with you, but I don't know how. How are we going to explain a song without lyrics?
Here's the way to do it. You can say, you know, that quiet part where they play all slow, that was really cool. And then I was surprised when they all of a sudden got loud and played real fast. That was a trip.
I think the next album I'm going to pick a Joe Satriani album. I'm going to go instrumental, and I'm going to see what the fans think about that. I'm going to maybe do Surfing with the Alien or freaking
Okay.
Crystal something. Or his
Yeah.
last album, because I
I
could say,
might
well,
pick
I could say the guitar
well,
tone and the groove, because he's got groove,
yeah.
man.
I already picked the album that I was going to pick for this next time, but the next one that I pick, I might decide to do I have to hear it again because it's been a long time, but the Joe Lynn Turner's album, because that was like, you know, didn't you ever used to go into record stores and you saw albums that were like promotional copies of people that you hadn't even heard of,
And
and
buy
then
them
like, huh?
and
Yeah,
buy them.
it was kind of like that. It was like, I'm not saying that it didn't sell, but there were a lot of promotional copies because he was well known, but he really wasn't well known for his solo work.
Maybe instead of Joe Satriani, I'll pick Nita Strauss instrumental album, because she is really good. And we don't do many females on our show unless you pick it.
Yeah.
I'll pick her last solo album because she is fucking phenomenal. And we give props to a female, man, because she's also gorgeous. She's a blonde, and I'm into
Okay.
blondes, and she could wail. And Lita Ford sings. I love Lita Ford, but I want to do an instrumental album, and Lita is instrumental, like Joe.
Oh, okay.
That'll be my
Cool.
next album I pick. And our things are, so when you guys hear this, might not hear this till June, because we got episodes all the way to May already in the can. So,
Yeah. The best ones have yet to come.
yeah, he's waiting for the one album that he keeps bitching at me to put up.
Well, I know eventually it will come up, so I just decided, you know what, maybe when it does come up, it will be the right time. So I shouldn't be angry.
You shouldn't be angry, because I'm going in line. I'm not putting up albums that I really want people to hear right now. I'm not going to put up that James West Badlands album right away. You know, the only ones I did in the middle of us doing regular albums is interviews, because that's different.
Yeah.
So I'm not
So
gonna.
you have to interview me on an album. I'll pick my album. We can do one of mine.
All right, man. And we'd like you guys to get on and comment and give us an album that we.
I don't. I don't trust their opinion. Please don't make them.
But Lee, you like going into a record store and picking an album you never heard. Why can't a fan pick an album they think we never heard?
Because I don't trust their opinion.
All right.
Go for if they can pick something that I haven't heard of, fine. Or whatever. Let them pick it. You know, fine.
Yeah, pick the album, just don't pick your nose.
Yeah. Yeah, I am.
All right, man. Let's end this before people get bored.
Yeah. Before I change my mind about them picking an album.
All right, let's see if they comment, man, because we got a couple commenters on our pages, and they rule. Thank you, freaking Devin and fucking James West, and
Yeah,
Freaking
they're
all, you
cool.
know who you are, man. You guys know you freaking Eric Jordan. Fuck, you guys rule, man. We give you shout outs. Edwin
Yeah,
Cotastracci. We love you
yeah.
guys, man. We just need more people to get on there and be a part of our group. Get on there and fucking put up videos. A lot of you guys do now, which is fucking awesome. I don't have to do as much work on the group anymore because I have to make up for Lee, who doesn't. But
Hey, well,
thanks for posting and getting on the group and being
but
part
yeah,
of our
I'm the
family,
lazy
man.
bitch. I'm the guy who, if someone needs the band to come on stage, I'm the last guy who they have to sneak in the apartment and bang on my door because I won't answer any emails, and then they have to drag me out
Dude, we
to the
got over
gig.
1,000 members on our group, dude. And you post on groups with 139 people.
But that's probably because those 139 people are going to respond more than the
Well,
1,000.
over half of those 139 people are in our group too. It's like, come
Yeah, but
on,
they
man.
only post on the other group.
Yeah, no,
I
some of
am.
them are
I.
posting on our
I.
group now.
I'm lazy.
Well, I want you to post your shit on our page. I want you to
Okay,
say,
I'll.
"Hi,
I'll.
I'm Lee."
I'll
You were
do
doing
that.
that after Bob's group ended. You were doing your fucking Lee Gershman's musical genre, whatever,
I'll do
and then you
that. I'll. I'll.
stopped.
I'll post. I'll. In fact, today, maybe the next few days, I'll post some stuff.
All right, man, that's
And then
awesome.
if I forget later, you can bitch again. I don't want to be the only bitch.
I'm
You're getting good at it. Thank you.
Hey, man, I just want people to know who you are. Hey, man,
Yeah.
you're the star of the show. I'm just the fucking idiot who puts it up.
Um.
It's like people wouldn't listen to me if you weren't on the show. So thank you, Lee.
Well. Okay. That's interesting because if it wasn't for you, I would hardly be on any show because I don't even do my show, and I'm the star of my show. So when I don't even hardly do my show, you know then how much I feel about doing other people's show.
Hey, man, I just want to give shout out to Ralph Vieira, Ian
Yeah.
Wadley. Thank you for bringing the best podcast back. Thank you for being an inspiration to me for doing a podcast. You and Decibel Geek, you guys rule. Eric Sinzak and Aaron Camaro, thank you guys for all you do. We appreciate you. I might not get along with one of you, but I still respect you. And that's it. All right, man. We're out of here. Make sure and subscribe and leave comments on the YouTube page. Share this with people because I can't do it all. Because eventually, if I share too much in groups, they fucking block me on Facebook. So help me out, man. Help a brother out.
Yeah.
All right, man. Take it easily.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye bye.